Hey Capricorn, I just pulled your cards for this reading and honestly, the energy coming through is so powerful. Like, I had to sit with these cards for a moment because what's being shown here is absolutely significant. The universe is crowning you for something way bigger than you might realize right now, and I'm so excited to share what I'm seeing. So let me just dive right in because this first card came out and I was like, okay, this is serious. The first card I pulled for you is the Queen of Swords and Capricorn. This is showing me that you're stepping into this incredibly sharp, clear-minded energy. The Queen of Swords doesn't mess around. She sees through illusions, she cuts through confusion, and she speaks her truth with absolute precision. What I'm getting here is that you've been through some experiences that have sharpened your discernment. You're not the same person you were even 6 months ago. There's been this transformation in how you think, how you communicate, and how you see situations for what they really are. This queen energy is telling me that you're being crowned for your ability to see truth. In a world where so many people are confused, distracted, or caught up in illusions, you're developing this gift of clarity. It's like you can look at a situation and immediately understand what's really going on beneath the surface. People are going to start coming to you for guidance, for your perspective, for your wisdom. And here's what's interesting. You might not even realize how valuable this gift is yet. You might think everyone can see what you see, but they can't. Your mental clarity is becoming one of your greatest assets. The Queen of Swords also represents someone who has learned to detach emotionally when necessary. Not in a cold way, but in a way that allows for objective assessment. You're learning when to engage emotionally and when to step back and look at things logically. This is huge for you, Capricorn, because you're naturally someone who wants to build, create, and achieve. But sometimes emotions can cloud judgment or slow down progress. You're mastering this balance now, and it's preparing you for leadership in ways you haven't experienced before. There's also something here about communication. The Queen of Swords is brilliant at expressing complex ideas in ways that others can understand. You're going to find yourself in situations where you need to articulate vision, strategy, or truth to others. Maybe it's in your career, maybe it's in your personal life, but people are going to listen when you speak. Your words are going to carry weight. This isn't about being harsh or critical, it's about being real and honest in a way that actually helps people. What's wild about this card is that it's showing me you're being prepared for a position of authority or influence that requires this exact energy. You can't lead effectively if you can't see clearly. You can't make good decisions if you're caught up in drama or confusion. The universe is crowning you with mental sovereignty, and that's going to open doors you didn't even know existed. Now, the second card that came through is the Ten of Wands. And, okay, I know this might seem heavy at first, but stay with me because there's something really important here. The Ten of Wands is showing me that you've been carrying a lot. Like, you've taken on so many responsibilities, so many burdens, so many things that maybe weren't even yours to carry. You're that person who just handles things, who takes care of what needs to be done, who doesn't complain even when it's overwhelming. And here's what the universe is showing me. You're being crowned for your dedication and your work ethic. All of this that you've been carrying, all of these responsibilities, they haven't been breaking you. They've been building you. Every challenge you've pushed through, every deadline you've met, every problem you've solved, it's all been training. You're being prepared for something that requires someone who can handle pressure, who can manage complexity, who doesn't quit when things get difficult. But there's also a message here about recognition. The Ten of Wands often appears when someone has been working behind the scenes, carrying more than their share, and it's time for that to be acknowledged. You're moving into a phase where your efforts are going to be seen and rewarded. The crown that's coming to you isn't just ceremonial, it's earned. People are going to recognize that you're the one who held things together, who made things happen, who delivered results even when circumstances were challenging. There's also guidance coming through about delegation and releasing what's not yours to carry anymore. As you step into this bigger role, this higher position, you're going to need to learn to share the load. Part of being crowned means you get to direct energy and resources, not do everything yourself. This is going to be a shift for you because you're so used to just handling things. But the universe is saying that in order to step fully into what's coming, you need to make space. You can't take on the new while you're still overloaded with the old. What I love about seeing these two cards together is that they're showing me someone who has both the mental clarity and the proven track record. You're not just smart, you're reliable. You're not just visionary, you're practical. This combination is rare and incredibly valuable. The third card I pulled is the Devil. And before you panic, let me explain what I'm seeing here because this is actually really fascinating in the context of your reading. The Devil card is about breaking free from limitations, restrictions, and patterns that have been holding you back. It's about liberation from whatever has been binding you, whether that's fear, limiting beliefs, unhealthy attachments, or external constraints. What's coming through is that part of your crowning process involves breaking chains. There's something you've been tied to, something that's been limiting your full potential. Maybe it's a mindset that says you have to struggle to succeed. Maybe it's a situation that's been draining your energy. Maybe it's fear of what people will think if you fully step into your power. Whatever it is, you're being given the keys to unlock yourself. The Devil reversed energy, which is what I'm feeling here, is about liberation and taking your power back. You're realizing that some of the limitations you've experienced weren't even real. They were illusions, stories you told yourself, or conditions you accepted that you don't have to accept anymore. This is so empowering because it means you're about to experience a level of freedom you haven't felt in a long time. There's also something here about material world mastery. The Devil is connected to earth energy, to the physical realm, to resources and power. You're learning how to work with the material world instead of being enslaved by it. This might show up as financial breakthroughs, career advancement, or just a new relationship with success where you don't feel like you have to sacrifice everything to achieve it. What's interesting is that the Devil can also represent shadow work, the process of acknowledging and integrating parts of yourself that you might have rejected or hidden. As you step into this bigger role, you're being asked to own all of who you are, not just the polished, professional version, not just the responsible, reliable version, but also the ambitious, powerful, maybe even edgy parts of yourself that society sometimes tells us to hide. You're being crowned for your wholeness, not just your acceptable parts. This card is also telling me that you're moving beyond people-pleasing or playing small to make others comfortable. Part of stepping into your crown means some people might not like it. Some people benefit from you staying in a limited role, from you being the workhorse but not the leader. The Devil reversed is saying you're done with that. You're claiming your authority and your right to expand, regardless of who has opinions about it. The fourth card that came through is the Ace of Pentacles and Capricorn. This is the card that shows me the crown you're receiving has real, tangible manifestation attached to it. The Ace of Pentacles is the seed of material success, abundance, opportunity, and new beginnings in the physical realm. This isn't just spiritual growth or emotional healing, although those are valuable. This is actual results that you can see, touch, and measure. What I'm getting is that a new opportunity is coming to you. This could be a job offer, a business opportunity, a financial windfall, a chance to step into a new role, or the beginning of something that's going to grow into significant material success. The ace is the beginning, the seed, the first step. But this seed has enormous potential. What starts as one opportunity could expand into something much bigger than you initially imagine. The universe is showing me that you're being given resources. Maybe that's money, maybe it's connections, maybe it's access to platforms or systems you didn't have before. Whatever form it takes, you're being equipped for the journey ahead. You can't build an empire without resources, and you're being given what you need to start constructing something significant. There's also energy here about groundedness and security. The Ace of Pentacles tells me that what's coming has stability to it. This isn't a flash-in-the-pan moment or a lucky break that disappears quickly. This is the foundation for long-term success. As a Capricorn, you appreciate things that are built to last, and that's exactly what this is. You're planting seeds now that are going to grow into something substantial and enduring. What I love about this card is that it represents practical magic. You're not just dreaming or hoping or visualizing. You're taking inspired action in the real world and getting real results. The Ace of Pentacles is the universe's way of saying your efforts are supported, your work is blessed, and manifestation is happening. When you combine your natural Capricorn discipline and ambition with this incoming energy of opportunity and resources, you become absolutely unstoppable. This card is also confirming that the crown you're receiving isn't just honorific. It comes with actual treasure. Recognition is nice, but compensation is better. Respect is valuable, but resources are practical. You're getting both. The universe isn't just giving you a title, It's giving you the means to actually build what you're being called to create. The fifth card I pulled is the Hierophant. And this is where things get really interesting because this card is about tradition, wisdom, teaching, and spiritual authority. The Hierophant is often called the Pope card, representing someone who holds sacred knowledge and is meant to share it with others. Combined with everything else we've seen, this tells me you're not just being crowned for personal success. You're being positioned as a guide, a teacher, a leader who others will look to. What's coming through is that you have wisdom that needs to be shared. Maybe you've learned it through hard experience, through study, through observation, or through your own spiritual journey. But whatever you know, whatever you've figured out, it's meant to help other people. The Hierophant appears when someone is ready to step into a mentorship or leadership role that carries responsibility for others' growth and development. This could show up in so many ways. Maybe you're going to train or mentor people in your field. Maybe you're going to teach, formally or informally. Maybe you're going to build systems or structures that help others succeed. Maybe you're going to share your knowledge through writing, speaking, or creating content. The specific form doesn't matter as much as understanding that your crown includes the responsibility and privilege of guiding others. There's also something here about being a bridge between traditional wisdom and modern application. The Hierophant honors what has worked, what has stood the test of time, what has proven value, but he also knows how to make ancient wisdom relevant to current circumstances. You're going to find yourself in a position where you can take proven principles and show people how to apply them in their lives right now. This is incredibly valuable because so many people are looking for guidance but don't know who to trust or what works. The Hierophant also represents establishing yourself as an authority in your field. This isn't about ego or superiority. It's about mastery and credibility. You're building a reputation as someone who really knows their stuff, who can be trusted to deliver quality, who maintains high standards. This kind of authority opens doors and creates opportunities that aren't available to people who are still figuring things out. What I'm sensing is that you might actually be creating or establishing something that has lasting impact. The Hierophant energy is institutional. It's about building things that continue beyond just one person. You might be setting up systems, creating frameworks, establishing practices that other people will use and benefit from long into the future. This is legacy work, Capricorn, and it matches your natural inclination to build things that matter and endure. The sixth and final card I pulled is Seven of Pentacles, and this card is absolutely perfect to complete your reading because it's showing me assessment, patience, and the moment right before harvest. The Seven of Pentacles appears when you've planted seeds, you've done the work, you've invested time and energy, and now you're at the point of evaluating progress and preparing for what's coming. What this tells me is that you're currently in a pause moment, a time of reflection before the next big phase begins. You've been working towards something, building something, investing in something, and right now, you might be looking at where you are and wondering if it's enough, if it's working, if it's going to pay off. The Seven of Pentacles is telling you, yes, what you've invested in is about to yield returns, but it requires patience and trust in the process. This card often appears when someone is so close to breakthrough but can't quite see it yet, like a farmer who has tended crops all season and now has to wait for the final ripening before harvest. You're in that stage. Everything you've been working on, all the effort you've put in with the Ten of Wands energy, all the seeds you've planted with the Ace of Pentacles, they're growing, they're developing, and very soon, you're going to see tangible results. There's also wisdom here about strategic assessment. The Seven of Pentacles asks you to look at what's working and what's not. Where is your energy best invested? What deserves more of your attention? What might need to be pruned or released? As you prepare to step into this bigger role, this crown that's coming to you, you need clarity about where to focus your resources. Not everything you've been working on needs to come with you into the next phase. Some things were preparation, training, stepping stones. And that's okay. What I'm getting is that you're being asked to have faith in timing. The crown is coming, the recognition is coming, the breakthrough is coming, but there's divine timing at work. Things are aligning behind the scenes. Connections are being made. Circumstances are shifting. Your job right now is to stay consistent, keep tending what you've planted, and trust that the harvest is approaching. This isn't about working harder or pushing more. It's about maintaining your efforts while the universe arranges the pieces. The Seven of Pentacles also speaks to long-term vision versus short-term gratification. As a Capricorn, You understand delayed gratification better than most signs. You're willing to work for years toward a goal if you know it's worthwhile. This card is confirming that your patience and persistence are about to pay off in ways that make all the effort worthwhile. The crown you're receiving isn't just for show. It represents real achievement, real growth, real progress toward your biggest goals. So Capricorn, when I look at all 6 of these cards together, the story is so clear. You're being crowned for something bigger than you know. The Queen of Swords shows you've developed the mental clarity and discernment needed for leadership. The Ten of Wands reveals you've proven yourself through dedication and hard work. The Devil indicates you're breaking free from limitations and stepping into authentic power. The Ace of Pentacles brings new opportunities and resources for manifestation. The Hierophant positions you as a teacher and guide with wisdom to share. And the Seven of Pentacles reminds you that harvest is coming. Trust the timing and stay consistent. This isn't just about personal success. This is about you stepping into a role that impacts others, that creates value beyond just yourself, that establishes something meaningful and lasting. The universe is recognizing your readiness and preparing to elevate you in significant ways. If you felt this reading resonate with you, I'd love to know. Drop a comment and tell me which card spoke to you most strongly. And if you're a Capricorn going through this kind of transformation right now, just know that you're exactly where you're meant to be. The crown is yours, you've earned it, and everything is aligning to support your next level.